Welcome to Lolling at the Cows. I'm Swifty.
I'm Ghost.
And I'm Frog.
Cyraxx has had the worst week I've ever seen him have, ever. It started out this week. Someone sent him an Xbox controller. They told him that it was the controller of someone who passed away. Cyraxx, even though he's already had his Xbox bricked in the past, someone sent him a USB drive that destroyed his Xbox. He decided to take this controller, plug it into his Xbox, and lo and behold, it somehow managed to just destroy his Xbox. So he's not happy.
I wouldn't be. I don't understand. Like, he has a full-on nation-state, like, what is it called? An APT, an advanced persistent threat, attacking him on every front at all times. Like, they are waging cyber warfare against the scab goblin in his grandma's attic.
What's weird about the Xbox, well, not weird, just funny about the Xbox thing is, like, in the clip of him finding out, he's yelling at someone who he thinks is Marty. It's someone doing a Marty impression and using AI for Marty's voice. And of course, Cyraxx just thinks it's Marty.
That's funny, Nicholas fucking Pigler. That's funny, you fucking Nick. Stop the goddamn light for wipe that goddamn smirk off your goddamn face, boy.
I mean, this is like the highest tech trolling I've ever seen.
But then, I don't know what made him switch gears, but then Cyraxx started thinking it was Glory Hole who did it. So Cyraxx started up this stream where he was calling out Glory Hole for trolling him, and it was just crazy. Like, within the first 10 seconds of the stream, there's drool leaking from Cyraxx, like an 8-inch stream of drool leaking from his mouth while he calls out Glory Hole. Like,
So I want to say this right now, just real quickly. To William Glory Hole, you need to knock your shit off. And you will pay me the $500. Or you will buy me a new Xbox, motherfucker. Because I know it was you that bricked my shit, you fucking pussy. I know it was you.
it was just, I said you, and I cut it off.
Just like an attack goblin. Like an
Is it me, or does his scalp get worse every video he's in?
It does. Like, I took a break from watching him, and now that I'm back, it's way worse. The scabs. He's the scab goblin.
Each troll, each time he gets trolled, a new scab appears.
Every time he calls a troll the N-word, he gets a new scab.
Yep. Like Pinocchio, you know, his nose grows.
So, I think the next day or two after the Xbox, Cyraxx goes live, and he has this paintball mask that he's painted black, and he's drawn a big X on it, and he's telling everyone that he's not Cyraxx anymore, he's DJ Shadow. And he's all excited and feeling triumphant because he's saying that because he puts on this mask, the trolls can't troll him anymore. He finally beat the trolls, and they have nothing to troll anymore. It took him 8 years to think of this, but he thinks that he beat them because of his mask.
The reason I laugh so hard is because I pulled up the photo of the mask. And it is just like so obviously.
Dude, look at the head. The top of his head.
Oh my god. Like, it's the equivalent of somebody putting on one of those eye masks and being like, now nobody can identify who I am.
Yeah.
You know, like the guy wearing the fake nose and the mustache.
Right, yes, that's literally what it is. Like, it's something a little kid would do and think that their identity is totally concealed. It's just
Speaking
so
of-
absurd.
Yeah. I'll as well throw up the edit. Speaking of his little costumes, we'll throw up on screen the outfit that he put on right before this stream. His little 14th century armor.
That one is insane because it's almost like he found every single piece, like costume piece he had, and then put it on. Because it's a wrestling mask, a Naruto headband, and then night chainmail. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a full body shot of it if he had on like the ninja gi.
Yeah, I agree. Where did he get full head and shoulder chainmail? I mean, seriously. You don't like Marty. One of Marty's big things is that Cyraxx has like never even made $5 since we've known about him. So, a day or two after he transferred into Shadowblade, people start hitting his internet offline, and that was just what they decided to do. They bricked his Xbox, and since he was playing on his computer, they just start DDoSing his Wi-Fi. And then
His trolls are like, like again, what Frog said. All his trolls commit cyber warfare on him.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
It's like they just are tracking his every move online, and it's not even like, I don't know. It's not even trolling. It, like I said, it is like warfare. Like every single thing that is being plugged into his house is being monitored, and like they're trying to find 0-day exploits so they can fuck with them. Like
It's like they have a dedicated like hacking team in Russia tracking every move.
they have their own like FSB just trying to run cyber operations on him.
It is because like somehow they were able to tell that Sally, Cyrax's mom, had changed her Wi-Fi router. So I think they were still able to DDoS it, but just for good measure, the next day they decide to infect Cyrax's PC with the memes virus. This is like a replication of an old school Trojan virus that just makes your computer shit itself and stop working until you go fix it, which I doubt Cyraxx can do. So then they brick Cyrax's PC the next day.
I mean, I don't know. At a certain point, I think the U.S. government has to like step in and just be like, "Look, we need you guys on our team. We're putting together a team."
Yeah, true. These guys are talented. So that's where we're at with the technology. They bricked his Xbox, they DDoSed his Wi-Fi, then they bricked his PC all this week, and then for some, I don't know how this happened, but all of Cyrax's Discord DMs on his entire account were leaked like a couple days ago. So just to make his week even worse. Yeah, I mean, like, seriously, just to make your week worse, we get to see everything you've said to anyone. And, go figure, he's chatting up some children.
We have to do another video on going over those DMs.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I bet you people haven't even gone all the way through them yet. Like,
well,
because this basically just happened.
Yeah, you're right. It did just happen, and like, there's so many DMs. One of my favorite ones is he says, "I'm just wondering, how old are you?" And she said, "I just turned 15. Why?" And he said, "I was just wondering is all." And she says, "I feel like I'm too young. Usually I get bullied for sounding like a kid." He said, "LOL, without facial hair, I look like a kid. LOL."
As if anybody in the history of the world. He has looked like he is like 800 years old. He's looked like a fantasy creature since he was like 10.
He looks like he belongs like under a bridge somewhere.
Right, dude. He looks like something that you would see in a Tolkien novel. Like nobody's ever miscategorized him as a child.
No. Even when he was a child, no one thought he was a child.
Right.
God. I mean, he does. He looks more like a goblin than a human.
Yes.
I liked the one of the guy asking Chance to like fuck his wife or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I could read that one. Let me find it. All right. So this guy named Juniors, he basically he tells Cyraxx that he wants a picture of his penis so that he can show his wife, and then like maybe his wife is gonna send nudes back. And Cyraxx just sends it, and he says, "By the way, this is for her as well. I hope she likes it, winky face."
The best part of that to me is he like sneaks into like a sneak disc and it totally goes over Cyrax's head. But after he sends the dick pic, Junior says, "She says you're kind of small. It's because I have a 9-inch penis." But she says you're cute. She told me to tell you that. And then Cyrax goes, "Oh, trust me, I def know how to use it. Hell, if she was here, I'd def fill up all her holes. Or I'd def fill all her holes up."
For sure, if she wanted, he says.
And then in the show notes, you have it described as a shriveled red infected penis picture.
Well, yeah, because he's talking to this girl right here, and he's being really perverted. He's like, "I know what could help you lose weight. Me and you in bed naked." And she's like trying to change the subject. She's like, "So what did you have for dinner?" He said, "Barbecue chicken and potatoes, but I have dessert for you." And then he sends this picture of his penis, and for some reason lately it's like infected, and it looks like small and red.
Without facial hair, I look like a kid. LOL. This has just been a hell week. I mean,
they are running him through the ringer.
William Gloryhole, I think last week said that, like, now that Marty's gone, you're gonna have hell to pay. So, like, we're stepping it up. And he was not fucking lying.
No, he wasn't.
Good God.
They have unleashed hell upon this man.
Another interesting DM is that he tells someone that as soon as he gets the chance, he's gonna leave his mom's house and then block her.
Yeah, I read that. That is just like so snaky and shitty.
Mm-hmm.
With all of the shit that his mom has had to put up with because of her deciding to take care of this like vile
Buffoon.
creature.
Yeah, that's what reminded me of it. Was like that they're not just running him through the ringer, they're running Sally and Ed through the ringer, his parents. And like they put up with it for him, but like secretly he just hates them.
Give it up. Your music career is not going anywhere. You're not going to make bank off your damn fucking music.
By the way,
Because
There it goes. Frog, do you want to talk about the IP2 streamer who got arrested outside of mrbased's apartment this week?
Yeah. So for JoshBlock this week, we had a lot of arrest content. To start everything off, there was an arrest right outside of MrBased's apartment with the IP2 streamer Shug or Sug. I don't know how exactly how you say it, but he kind of just appeared outside of MrBased's apartment and was doing classic IP2 streamer stuff, like yelling at him, trying to hit on the window, different things like that. I think he might have called MrBased a murderer. And then MrBased called the police on him, and he ended up getting arrested outside of the apartment. I think that MrBased said that he had shown the police officers or the people that were responding to the call video footage of Sug trying to steal Josh's Rolex, but I think that Sug ended up getting arrested for harassment/trespassing, because I don't think they're allowed to be outside of the stoop or on the stoop or go up to the door unless they have business there or something like that. But that was the only thing with the arrest. But
speaking of arrested, whatever happened to him and Alex when he beat the shit out of Alex?
So he did do an update stream recently on his arrest. He had a whole stream, I think on Friday or Thursday this week, where he talked about how he was taken to jail, what it was like to be in general population for 2 days,
Dropping the soap
and stuff like that. He actually had a weird story about him and a group of Puerto Ricans and black guys doing prayers before people went to go before the judge and hear their sentencing.
I ended up with like super tough bunch of like black and Puerto Rican guys that all believed in God, and they all suggested we all pray together before we went before the judge. Like the 12 people in the room, like one guy goes, "Who believes in God?" And every single person's like, "I do." And we thought it was a little weird for jail for every single person to believe in God. It was nice though. Very nice group of people, and
Such a holy man.
Yeah, which was
Right?
which was just
Such a
like
holy
weird.
man.
No, I kind of feel that. That shit would be intense.
Yeah, it would, but like, I don't know. He said that every single they asked the prisoners who believes in God, and he said every prisoner raised their hand, which I guess you are right. Like, right before I go before the judge in New York City, I'm gonna start believing no matter what.
It's like the same thing, like when people, like are in an airplane and they lightning strikes it and drop 10 feet. Every single person in that airplane believes in God.
Right, they're all praying.
Yeah, that's true. That's why everyone believed in God right then.
But he was in the jail for 2 days, and then he ended up getting out. I think it was related to, criminal contempt or something like that. He failed to appear in court. Something to do with him smacking Alex in the head.
Somebody help! Somebody help! This guy just attacked me! Somebody help me! Somebody help me! This guy's attacked me! This guy's attacked me! Please help me!
Which I want to cut in a funny clip of him running away. Oh my God, he hit me! Stop him! Stop him! Right there.
Alex looked terrible. Yeah.
I know.
He had built up. I feel like he had built up such a good like persona of, I'm making a documentary on this guy who has a shady past, prostituting women, and he was involved in a
Killing
murder.
somebody.
We don't know who did it, and then it all fell apart whenever he got hit in the head and went, "Oh my God, please stop him."
He was a damsel in distress.
He was, bro. It was it was bad. But just to go back quickly to the Sug stuff, as a response to that, Mr.Based has built like defenses around his apartment, his domain, where he has like a glass separator between the stoop or stairwell that goes up to his door, and that you used to be able to like get to his window to bang on. He built a glass separator there, and then he paid like a former military security guard to stand outside and like help with the streams and stuff like that. But
He's fortifying.
he is. I think a lot of this like old IP2 stuff, I think he's just getting really bothered with it. Because now he's also countersuing Alex Novell, who Alex, I think, is pursuing a harassment lawsuit against Mr.Based because he kept violating his no contact order from the court. So Mr.Based said that he's going to be pursuing his own lawsuit for harassment against Alex. But on stream, he said something along the lines of, I got gaslit into thinking that all this stuff is okay, that like I should just ignore trolls and I should just not let this stuff bother me. And now he's battening down the hatches, recruiting a small army to defend him, and he's going to be pursuing litigation against people who troll him and mess with him. So he kind of seems like he's taking on a new arc. And that is kind of reflected in all the stuff with Josh, because he's now saying that he doesn't think him and Josh are going to be streaming as much going forward.
I love Josh. You guys see what's going on. I wouldn't be surprised if this is our last stream, except for maybe every now and then, because like Josh is impossible to schedule anymore for me. I think I had a problem the whole time, but I think it's reached the point where, I mean, either he doesn't want to stream with me at all, or he's just, so doing well financially that he doesn't give a fuck. I don't know. But I mean, I see what you guys see. And like, I think it's a little sad, to be honest.
at least as
Well,
of Saturday.
well, we already see proof of that. I mean, Josh has been traveling a lot this week without MrBased.
Yeah. He went to Nashville and recorded a song with Chet Hanks.
He recorded. I thought he was recording in New York with Alicia Keys.
Yeah, maybe. I think this is the stepping stone to that. Once the Chet Hanks song hits the Billboard Top 100, maybe Alicia Keys will be reaching out. We'll have to wait and see. But it is crazy that Josh has hit this level of celebrity to where he's being recruited for like features and rap songs. Which...
I know. Like, what in the world?
It's kind of crazy because there's other lolcows like who are, we have the god tier lolcow, Chris Chan, but Josh Block is like the first one to really like break the barrier into like that next level of fame.
Yeah, I used to think that MrBased was crazy when he said stuff like that. Whenever he said that Josh was a rock star and that he's gonna be really famous, world famous, like all rock stars back in the day. But the more I look at it, the more I'm like, maybe MrBased was onto something, because he's crazy famous everywhere he goes, and people fucking love him. Whenever because he was traveling a lot this week. I think he went to like Notre Dame, he went to St. Louis, I think he went to Cleveland. But he just has been all over the country these past few weeks, and everywhere he goes, there's huge crowds. People were paying for him to drink, and I think somewhere he went to a college campus, and they were having like a big frat block party thing, or like a mini festival, and they had him be like the festival master and go out and drink on stage, and everybody was fucking loving it. Like, they all know him and they all love him.
I'm gonna drink a ton. No! What is it? I ate the wrong food in Japan.
Watching him blow chunks all over the place would be really fun.
Oh god.
And with that, like he kind of is fitting more and more into that party culture. I know some dudes on Barstool Sports cover him every now and again. There's a couple dudes on Barstool that follow him and think he's funny. And now Steiny of the Nelk Boys, MrBased announced that all three of them, Josh, MrBased, and Steiny, are going to be doing a podcast sometime this week, I think.
The Nelk Boys, Steiny of the Nelk Boys is meeting with us as soon as Josh is back, and we're collabing together. We're going to do like his podcast. He's going to be on our live streams. So I've been talking to Steiny quite a bit. He's super cool.
And you mean one episode?
Yeah.
Or starting? Okay.
Yeah, just one episode.
Okay.
But
that's still crazy. I mean, that's insane. Steiny is really famous.
Yeah, Steiny's big. An association with the Nelk Boys is big, but I think you're right that he's just the first like lolcow to have broken through to the mainstream. Because I think that everybody on TikTok views him as the internet's like weird autistic kid from high school.
Yeah.
That everybody just kind of like hypes up and like makes do funny stuff.
Yeah.
People say I got a drinking problem. That ain't no reason to stop. People saying that I've hit rock bottom just 'cause I'm living on the rocks.
For DSP this week, he hasn't had as bad a week as Cyraxx, but he's had a good week in terms of like gold dust collection. It's just been really keno. He has been in an ongoing beef with this other kick streamer named Strangely Lexi. I think we covered it a little bit last week, but she is a like girl streamer on Kick that kind of does lifestyle streams, playing some video games every now and again, but mainly it's stuff like her building Lego sets, or her cooking with her girlfriend, or her and her girlfriend going to Topgolf. like just stuff like that as opposed to video games. Well, she stole one of DSP's biggest whales of all time, Iron Chef Sakai. And as a result, DSP's been having meltdowns about it basically every day.
Did you know that there's an e-beggar named darksydephil? Oh, so embarrassed. He's in his 40s and he e-begs. You're fucking squatting on camera for money, you dumb shit. You fucking slut.
And Strangely Lex posted a thing saying that she had been getting death threats from somebody who was saying that he was doing it on Phil's behalf, or saying that he was doing it because she was being mean to Phil. And DSP was on a break whenever this happened. She tweets it out. DSP gets back, and obviously every single detractor is going to his stream and telling him that he needs to denounce the death threats, and that all of his fans are unhinged because they keep sending this lady death threats and calling her homophobic slurs and saying that all of this like bad stuff to her.
When it's really him.
Well, no, it is fans. But then DSP is just like, he has this thing where he refuses to apologize to people. He hates the idea of saying he's sorry to people, and he loves the idea of people admitting any wrong, and he loves the idea of people saying sorry to him.
I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct, legally. Everything was right, and now I get fucked.
So he just triples and quadruples down that he doesn't have to say anything about it. There's no reason for him to talk about it. Like, this drama is not his fault. It's his detractors who are doing it. It's not actually his real fans. People have done this to him in the past, and the thing that you have to do is not talk about it. That's what he's learned as a content creator. Whenever really the whole thing could just be like, yeah, sending people death threats is fucked up. Like, that guy should not do it. I think it's shitty. And that's it. Like,
yeah, but
nothing's
that simple for DSP.
No, he turned it into literally 35-minute rant. Like, he had a 20-minute segment on his podcast. Then he got into his game, and it turned into a 35-minute segment. So this thing that should just be like one phrase, like one sentence saying this is bad, turns into the just most long-winded rant of all time.
I mean, listen, he doesn't know how to turn off his stream.
What is up, everyone? Hello, and welcome. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
So, again,
he struggles with basic shit, and you can tell that one of the reasons he doesn't want to say anything about it or like say that it's bad is because he kind of like he hates this
agrees.
lady. Yeah, he does. I feel like he does kind of wish that she would just fuck off, and like he's kind of glad that she's getting this level of harassment, because she was doing shit like whenever he was building his Legos on stream. I mentioned it, but she bought the same Lego set that he was doing and was doing it at the same time. So people were like fucking with him about that. So he does not like this fucking lady at all.
I do. I like her. That's all I know about her. She sounds funny.
It's just so funny. Like, and it's not even bad. And then people started calling DSP stupid because she had finished the same Lego set. Like, it took him
before.
Yeah, it took him like 2 or 3 days, and it took her 1 day. So people were calling him stupid and saying that she was smarter than him because he was taking longer to do the Lego set.
This is a good arc and such a 4D chess move from the trolls to go to her and give her death threats because they know that he's probably going to fuck it up and not denounce it or something.
Yeah. Well, he is saying that it's detractors, and then detractors are obviously saying it's a DSP fan. One of my conspiracy theory with it is that it is genuinely a DSP fan, but it is like a Kino guy, because a lot of the stuff, because the DSP fans that I know of would not do this. Like the Derek's, the Iron Chefs guys, the Only Iced Coffees, they don't seem like people who would do this. some of the detractors I feel like maybe would do this, but they've also been riding Lex, and they think it's really funny that she's trolling DSP and she's doing stuff that they like. So I don't see why they would do it. But the Kino guys are new DSP fans that I don't have a lot of familiarity with, and I know they tend to be right wing, and a lot of the death threats were like wrapped up in homophobic comments and like specifically targeting them because they were gay, which that ended up being an ironic thing because people started doing a deep dive into the guy's accounts and they found a ton of stuff of him like retweeting trans like OnlyFans girls and like asking trans OnlyFans people to like hang out with him or asking if he could fuck them.
Are you sure it's not DSP?
yeah, it could be. The dude even had it. I mean, it's almost maybe it's like so on the nose that it is like just a detractor account. But in the bio, it said like I am in dire need of financial support or something like that. It was just really funny. And then a similar thing happened later, and this is why I also think it might just be Kino people who are like autistic. But a fan also sent something to Snort Hogan, like one of the major DSP stream or clipping accounts, and they were like giving him death threat or not death threats, but saying that they were going to get his channel demonetized and just like general threatening shit.
Hey, you stupid effing bastard. I am gonna do it. I bought the effing knife. I'm gonna literally sit in my effing bed, put on Duke 64, and I'm seriously gonna slash my fucking wrist and literally openly blame everybody who's ever hated on darksydephil.
But nothing nearly as bad as that. And then to wrap up the whole DSP arc for this week, it's just been like a rough week for him. So he's had this whole thing where like the Smart Guys show, his wrestling show, has been on hiatus because PPP is been on vacation, and DSP doesn't want to do it by himself. I guess he just doesn't want to talk about wrestling alone, which seems stupid to me. Why not just upload it anyway? But he's been waiting for him to come back, and he made this really weird video where to me it felt like he was trying to shame PPP into doing the show because he was like, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, but I think PPP is going to be back. I haven't heard back from him, so I hope he's okay. And like just like talking about all this stuff about how PPP might not be okay and he doesn't know if he's going to do the show, but he wants to do the show, like almost tweeting at him.
We both agreed we're going to delay it until Thursday, okay? And we had fully agreed on this on Monday. That's the last time I actually talked to Ashton was Monday, all right? Now, since Monday, I just let it roll, let it ride, everything fine, right? So I've been waiting to hear from him again, and I haven't heard from him at all. So I actually hit him up, and I asked him yesterday, hey, I'm just curious, did you get home yet? Are you all right? I'm curious, are we going to be doing Smart Guys on Thursday? I just want to be sure everything's cool, because you know me. I don't like to overpromise and underdeliver to my audience. So if the show's not going to happen this week, that's okay. We can easily do it another day. I mean, maybe we can reschedule it. Maybe we can actually plan a bigger show, right? Maybe we could do like a super show at one point, a longer show, and we'll switch the streams. We'll do it earlier so we have more time for it, right? But I just need to know, what's going on. And I haven't heard back from him yet, all right? So I hope he's all right. I hope that everything's good. And when I hear back from him, I'll let you know.
And one of the comments that I thought was really funny was somebody saying that we know that he was sending PPP just paragraph messages about whether or not he was going to be coming back to get him on the show and shit, which I do think is true. But PPP did come back from vacation. He did do the Smart Guys show. And basically the entire time was just grilling Phil, like just making sly comments about the DSP did a thing where he opened up a WWE champion or WWE trading card game pack, and the second card he takes out of the pack is this like fat lady who's a wrestler in WWE, and PPP goes, oh wow, you got a cat card.
Oh shit.
There's the first. Second card. This one says from
Smell the money.
SmackDown. It's a modern SmackDown superstar. It's
What the fuck?
Piper Niven, but it's in black and white. Why is it in black and white?
What?
It's actually like, it's weird. It's like a, I don't know if it's a special card or not. See that? It's like black and white Piper Niven.
Are they all like chromium?
This
Like,
one,
is that how all of them are?
this one is just like silver. See, it doesn't really have that effect. This one does have like a chromium effect to it. So maybe this is a rarer card. I don't know.
Oh
Piper-
God, it's Cat.
How dare you?
Was it like a complete 180? Because PPP had been being nice to DSP in the past. I thought Kino and Casino and DSP were on good terms when I watched a few months ago. What was it, a complete 180, or had it been slowly building to this, or do you think something bothered PPP? Probably this drama with the streamer girl, or what?
I think it's just been slowly building up. So they have had this Grill Phil thing on the show since it started. Since Phil restarted Smart Guys with PPP, they've had the Grill Phil segment. But typically PPP kind of buddy trolls Phil, brings it up, and then gasses up Phil for whatever he says, and makes Phil feel like he's right. But then recently they had the Steve interview, where he brought Phil on, and Kino was a key part in setting that up. And Steve was really nice to Phil at the beginning of the interview, and then for the last 40 minutes of it, just grilled Phil on lying about the bank leaks.
Well, I've been through all the evidence, and in my opinion, all your detractors are right. Those bank leaks are real. You've been lying about it for years because you don't want your audience to know that when you beg for money, you're going to spend thousands of dollars on a mobile game.
And Phil was super pissed about it. He was coping super hard. He was seething for days after it. And then this most recent so that was one sign that they were going to start messing with Phil. Then PPP had a couple tweets where he said that he was kind of done with Phil, that the buddy troll was over. Not in those exact words, but just kind of in a general vibe sense, and that he was just doing the Smart Guys show as a self-indulgent thing because he likes talking about wrestling, but they were kind of done with Phil. And then this most recent Smart Guys, the Grill Phil segment had no gassing up of Phil. PPP was just calling him, saying that he was coping, saying that he was lying, because Phil kept saying this thing where he called the girl a slut because she was squatting on stream for money. And then PPP goes, well, how do you know that? Because you keep saying that you don't watch her content. And he's like, well, people in my chat told me. And then PPP is like, so you just believe the people in your chat, so why shouldn't chatters just believe what detractors say about you and other people's chat? And he was like, well, they should go and do their own research and watch the content a little bit before they come to a real decision. So he's
no.
So you publicly call this girl a slut and say all these nasty things about her without having gone and done any research, just because you saw people in your chat say it, and that you never want to engage with her content. And it was just stuff like that over and over and over again.
I want to know, then why call her a slut? Why say that she's faking being bi and she's actually a lesbian?
Because number one, I'm basing that off of what people are saying in my chat, which is that she's making sexualized content for money.
Let me stop you right there. So when people listen to a detractor and then they come after you and fuck with you, is that okay based on what they heard from a third-hand source?
I would say it depends on the extent. It depends on the extent of what's being said. Because you're not always going to go direct to the source. I know that. I'm not stupid. But there's a lot of people who they'll hear something and then they'll make a judgment by it. But then perhaps they'll actually check it out for themselves and then they'll have a different opinion.
Listen,
in this case, I have no desire to ever check out her content. I don't care about this person. I will never care about this person.
Well, you do care. I can tell you care.
But he was just in hot water the whole stream. It was very funny. If people have time, they should go watch the full podcast because it was just so content.
Shut the fuck up and eat it. Eat it.
So for the last major lolcow update, we have BossmanJack, And BossmanJack has been just hyper paranoid this last week. People are speculating that he's back on crack or he's using some form of drugs that are making him more paranoid and like kind of more agitated. Or maybe he's going through some kind of withdrawal, but he has nuked or deleted his Discord 5 different times. As of the time I wrote this, which was sometime around Thursday, he had nuked it 5 times. He may have done it more since then. But he's deleted the whole thing and just gotten rid of the general chat. And he's also been banning anybody that he sees even reacting with emojis to negative comments. So like if somebody dropped a 100 on like, oh, Bossman really blew that last round of blackjack, like he would just ban everybody who 100 reacted to it. Which on Discord, I feel like that takes like some effort because you can't just go right to the guy's profile to ban him. You have to look at the guy's username, type it in, and then go and ban him. There's like 3 steps to doing that.
Yeah.
There's another aspect of it where he's also been shit-talking the guy who runs the Discord. So he doesn't actually own his Discord anymore. A guy that goes by the name of Dallas runs it on Bossman's behalf, and Dallas is the guy who got him the deal with Chips, which is where BossmanJack gambles now. And I think part of that deal was that Dallas got to moderate or run the Discord. So Bossman has been going into like DMs and like side channels to shit talk Dallas and say that he's like a creepy weirdo and it's weird that he wants to run the Discord. And he's like trying to snake him and shit. And like Dallas just wakes up and sees that the Discord has been deleted. Like he doesn't he doesn't know that this shit is going on.
Yeah, I saw that. He was like, well, he deleted everything again, but I guess it's better than deleting the whole server.
This is very funny. Yeah, and then I think the exact comment that he made was, dude wants to run my show and take all my money and then take credit for it. Like he does believe that this guy is like coming after him, but the whole dynamic there of just him not even being allowed to run his own Discord is so funny to me. Because in a way, I feel like he is right. That like this Dallas is taking over the show. Like,
I'm calling you again, bro. You're fucking weird as shit. His profile picture's a fucking rat. How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? How old are you, Dallas? How old are you? Come on, buddy. Answer the fucking phone. If you respected me, you get on the fucking mic. You don't respect me, buddy. And respect goes a long fucking way, dude. Get on the fucking mic, bro. Get on the fucking mic. All right, then. Then get the fuck out of my fucking stream.
And Bossman's retaliating by deleting it.
Yeah, dude. And these like crash. I don't know. Because I've been watching some things of him on stream recently, and he is, like, paranoid. There was a clip that came in of his dad, of Rat Dad, coming in to, like, check on his room, and he goes... Bossman sees that the door is open, but he doesn't notice his dad has already walked into the room, and then he gets up to, like, go close the door, and sees Rat Dad in the room, and immediately is like, what the fuck are you doing in my room? Like, that's not anything. That's not anything. There's nothing bad in there. Like, that's, if you open it up, there's not gonna be anything bad in it. Like, so Rat Dad's investigating him, and he's paranoid about Rat Dad being in his room. So there might be some truth to him being back on crack, but...
Amouranth's house got broken into by a gang of robbers who were trying to steal her Bitcoin address, and they ended up beating her up with a gun, and luckily her husband saved her at the last minute and shot one of them.
Yeah, dude, the Amouranth thing was insane. Like, that was major news because I got a notification on my phone. It wasn't even like a drama YouTuber or anything like that. Like, I got a notification from Fox News that Amouranth's house had been robbed. And I was like, holy shit. But yeah, apparently 3 gunmen came in, started pistol whipping the fuck out of her, and then she managed to get on her phone, probably for the multi-factor authentication stuff, and managed to tweet out, "I'm being robbed," or "I'm being burgled right now," or some shit like that. And then for some reason that and it told her husband that he needed to get the gun. And then she managed to bait them over to their garage or a separate house on their property. And the husband just blasted one of the guys. And then he runs out of the security footage and he's just like, "I got shot, man. I got shot." And he's holding his arm up.
Oh, right here. It's in here.
I'm so tired. Come on. Go, 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 go. Hurry up.
I don't know. Personally, I think that trying to physically rob somebody for Bitcoin is kind of dumb, but we talked about it a little bit, and I guess there is a lot of stuff that you need the person who owns the Bitcoin there to do, so you can actually steal it.
Yeah, I guess it could seem dumb, but on the other hand, if they would have succeeded, it wouldn't seem dumb then. You know what I mean? It'd seem really smart. It is it's like a straight up heist to get millions of dollars.
Yeah, but I don't it's crazy. If I were her, how does she not have even more security? Because not only is she super rich, which is why she got robbed here, but if I were her, I'd be so scared of stalkers, crazy dudes on the internet who are obsessed with her coming to her house. Because she's not just a porn star lady. She is a porn star lady who forms parasocial relationships with weirdos online. It's a step beyond. So I'd be super afraid of just being attacked, which I guess they do have a gun and do live on a big property, but...
Yeah, because I had watched a video earlier this week about a Pokemon stalker, and the YouTuber had casually mentioned how Amouranth, weird stalkers. I remember thinking to myself just a few days ago that, I wonder if Amouranth, if any stalkers are going to break in. I heard that she had a gun, and wonder if she's going to have to use it. And then just right afterwards, all that stuff happened. Is that husband different than I'm assuming it's a different husband than the one that she exposed, right? But that wasn't that long ago, so I don't know.
I don't know. So she said that she had gotten out of that situation, that she had left that husband, but I've also heard people say that it was fake, and I haven't looked into that drama recently. And just to reiterate, I don't know if we mentioned this at the beginning, but this section is kind of stuff that we haven't really done a lot of research into, so I don't know. I'm assuming it's a different husband, but based off of the hearsay that I heard from the previous drama, it could be the same dude. But the other thing I wanted to mention and talk about a little bit was the Jonnysomali stuff, where Jonnysomali is facing up to 5 years in jail in South Korea for basically just being a shithead on live stream. They beat the shit out of him in the middle of the street, attacked him a handful of times, and then they arrested him, and now he's facing upwards of 5 years in jail. And he's done absolutely nothing to help his case.
I know.
He made a video where he said that the South Korean government is retarded and I support North Korea.
I saw today the National Assembly today. Let me put up these stupid ass niggas. I swear to God, nigga, fuck the National Assembly. Put this video in the court. Put this video in the Congress. Nigga, fuck the National Assembly. Nigga, fuck the Senate. Yes. Yes. No, it feels like it's up. Yes. Very good. Yes, the true Korea, the true Korea. Yes. Good, very good. Very good. Hanguk, no Hanguk. North Korea, very good. Good job.
And I think he made another video where he was dressed up as Trump and said that streamers were going to invade Japan and invade South Korea.
We will destroy Japan, and I promise you, if you arrest any of them, if you stop any of them, if you attack any of them, I will come back to Japan and I will bring back vengeance.
Like, he's just been doing everything he can to agitate the situation and make it worse.
Yeah. Wait. They charged him with obstruction of business. Apparently, 2 days ago, he actually pleaded guilty.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I watched the video that they're trying to, like, pin him with, that, like, they're going after him with. And it does look about as obstructing a business as you can. He's like, I want to give him credit and say that he's drunk, but he sounds sober in the video. But he's just taking, like, ice cups and ripping the ice cups up and, like, tossing ice different places. Then he is playing on his loudspeaker, obvious, like, racist IP2 shit and just different loud donos and just being an annoyance. And then the store owner confronts him and he's like, "Fuck you, bitch. Like, I don't have to listen to you. Fuck you." And then whenever she leaves, he, like, goes and makes ramen, and then he just starts taking the ramen, like, juice stuff or, like, soup, and pouring it on the counter where he's at. Like,
yeah, you like a Jack Frost with a zesty Edgar. Get your ass on me like Victor from Despicable Me using me upside down. What are you talking about? When you got a urine stain in your shirt, when you might take piss out of your nipple.
Sorry, I'm black. I'm not gonna drink nothing. I don't drink. Here, sure. No drink. No. Look here. Igo. I eat the ramen. Ajuma, I go. Okay, sure. I'm gonna eat the ramen.
Father was right to say you should never have kids. Your father was right. Your father was right.
He's just being a fucking menace. Like, he's just being an asshole. And then I also heard that he was late to the court hearing because he had gotten super fucking drunk before the court. So he was late to the court and he was almost blackout drunk an hour before court.
And in a MAGA hat.
Yeah, like this. I mean, I think he just wants to go to jail. Or maybe he doesn't think he'll go to jail. But I feel like he's been, like, such an annoyance, and he's done enough bad things that South Koreans want him in prison. Because he also did the thing where he went and he disrespected a comfort women memorial in South Korea. So people just really don't like him.
Yeah, a lot of people really don't like him, not just for this, but for his past stunts. He's just like a menace, like you said.
Yeah, and he served prison time in Japan too. I don't know how long it was. I think it was something under a year. But him and another live streamer got hit in Japan. So I imagine he thinks it's not that bad, and he's willing to risk it again. But I don't know how many times he can do this.
What do you got? What you mean? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Oh! Yo!
This is our comments and corrections for last week's video. The first thing I wanted to do was give a shout out to ebeggingnader7887. He informed us that Mr.Based got arrested for the situation with Alex Novell after he sent somebody out and harassed a potential victim. We looked into that, and I think we mentioned it a little bit earlier in the video, but that was kind of what Mr.Based got arrested for. we just weren't sure about whenever we did the recording, so I want to give him a shout out for commenting that and giving us a little bit of correction.
Last week we reported that Cobra's account was suspended due to mass flagging from the lolcow live trolls because he went over on the lolcow live show shortly after his account was deleted. So we thought it was just from a bunch of people reporting his videos for no reason. But I guess it turns out he said some radical stuff about the Israel-Palestine conflict. So that's just a small correction there. That's what really happened.
Yeah, and we got that from Leaping Lemur. He's the one who clarified that. So shout out to him. But also, it's very funny that I haven't seen it, but I would love to see Cobra's takes on just geopolitical conflicts like that. I'm pretty sure Keemstar did in the interview ask Cobra to give his take on Israel-Palestine. He says something like, "How would you solve this?" So maybe that just got the earworm in his head, and he's just been talking about it. But
yeah. Those were our favorite lolcow story arcs of the week. Leave a comment to let us know anything we missed or your favorite parts of the video. Please leave a like rating if you enjoyed or subscribe. Other than that, thanks for watching.